Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to make sense of corporate filings before they make no sense of you. Today we are diving into a Form 8K. Think of it like a corporate bat signal. Something important just happened and they need to tell the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, about it. This time it's all about some preferred stock getting a little makeover, which might sound boring, but trust me, the changes to the price attached to it, well, those are worth paying attention to. So Hyperscale Data Inc., they filed this report, and the key date to remember is April 25, 2025. This document is essentially an update letting everyone know about a change to a specific type of their stock. Now let's jump into what this report is actually about. It's all centered around an amendment, which means a change to what's called the Certificate of Designations. Basically, this document spells out all the specific details, like the rights and limitations of a particular series of preferred stock called Series B Convertible Preferred Stock. Think of it as the instruction manual for this specific type of stock. Scroll commissioned on April 1, 2025 on TechUmart 25 Scroll. To give you some background, back in March, Hyperscale Data agreed to sell up to 50,000 shares of this Series B stock to SJC Lending LLC for a potential total of $50 million. That's a lot of money, and it shows that Hyperscale Data needed a significant cash injection. It's pretty common for companies to sell preferred stock to raise capital, but the terms can make or break the deal. Fast forward to April 23, Hyperscale Data filed what they call a Certificate of Amendment. This is the official paperwork that changes the rules of the game for that Series B preferred stock. This change was given the thumbs up by the company's board of directors just a day before, on April 22. The important thing is this amendment became official the moment it was filed with the Delaware Secretary of State. Delaware is a popular place for companies to incorporate, so that's why it's mentioned here. Okay, so what's the big change? It's all about the conversion price. This is the price at which the preferred stock can be turned into regular common stock. The amendment tweaked the formula for figuring out that price. Scroll conversion price means the greater of I0 Tor 40 Hand per share scroll. Step splits, here's the updated definition. The conversion price is now the higher of two things. First, there's a floor price of 0.4 Shek per share. This is the lowest possible price and it won't change no matter what happens with stock splits or dividends. The second part of the formula involves something called VWO, which stands for Volume Weighted Average Price. This is basically the average price of the stock over a certain period, taking into account how many shares were traded at each price. The new rule says the conversion price is also 75% of the company's lowest VW dollars in Kasafta 6. $6 edge or less per share, which does get adjusted for things like stock splits. If you want to dig into all the nitty-gritty details, you can find the full text of the amendment attached as Exhibit 3.1 to this report. The filing also mentions financial statements and exhibits are included in this report. Now, let's step back and figure out what this all means. Why did Hyperscale Data make this change to the conversion price? Well, it's likely a way to make the preferred stock more attractive to SJC Lending. By putting in a floor price, they're guaranteeing a minimum return no matter how the stock performs. The VWAP calculation allows SJC Lending. By putting in a floor price, they're guaranteeing a minimum return no matter how the stock performs. The VWAP calculation allows SJC Lending to potentially convert their shares at a discount if the stock price drops. And the maximum price protects Hyperscale Data from getting diluted too much if the stock price skyrockets. This kind of adjustment is pretty common in these types of financing deals. It's all about finding a balance that works for both the company and the investor. In this case, it seems like Hyperscale Data needed the cash and they were willing to tweak the terms to get the deal done. So what does this all mean for Hyperscale Data? On one hand, they've secured $50 million in funding, which can help them grow their business or pay off debts. On the other hand, they've given up some control over their stock, and there's always a risk that the conversion of preferred stock could dilute the value of existing shares. Now, for my opinion on Hyperscale Data, the fact that they had to adjust the conversion price suggests they needed to make the deal sweeter for the investor. It raises a question if the company is in a strong negotiating position and how desperate they were for the funding. Also, preferred stock conversions can get messy, especially when the stock price is all over the place. The amendment aims to clarify things, but it could also create new loopholes or disagreements down the road. Is Hyperscale Data a good investment? That depends on your risk tolerance and your belief in their long-term prospects. The $50 million could be a game changer if they use it wisely, but the amended conversion price adds a layer of complexity that investors need to understand before jumping in. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give us a like, drop a comment, and don't forget to subscribe for more corporate deep dives.